Good evening and welcome to Jamming in Jimjams with Jason, Jaxon and Tom, and a cup of mint and licorice tea, which I believe might have sent me off to the land of I don't know where. It was kind of like, oh, hello. See, I've come in, I've got a hot, wet ring on my desk. Crikey. Anyway, thank you for joining me this Sunday. Whew, I just need to collect my thoughts a minute. It's just completely out there. Yes, I see there's some messages from Zach Howell about G sleeping over. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks. Obviously, I could see him ringing, but obviously in the middle of it. So, thanks, guys. Anyway, Uncle Chrome, how's your head? Wagoo! Zach Howell's dad. Or Zach Howell. How you doing? KB5, who else we got? Kissing the Machine, Aaron Plays, Temperboto, Oliver Bowen, Wagoo again. Who else have I missed? X-Orb, Tom Curtin. Yes! It's funny, I haven't seen you for a little while, and suddenly I bring the synth out and you're here. Doommonger, good to see you. Steve and Shroomy are moderating tonight, as well as Panda, although I don't think I've seen him yet. Maybe it's just because I'm thinking. Lamont, how you doing? I sing. I knew I should never have gotten energized about this. I blame Synkrotron. Don't we all blame Synkrotron? Really? For everything? Well, hello and welcome. That's who's in the chat. If I haven't said your name, apologies, but welcome. I'll see you chat a bit further down the line and I'll say hi. And welcome to you all sitting at home watching this. Whoa, here he comes. Here Ruddy comes. Yeah, where are you going to sit? Right, let's just make sure that's saved, because like earlier on, Tom put some things in. No, I'm not going to stroke you. I'm in the middle of talking to everybody. Ooh, I'm not your friend anyway. Hey, Marky. There you go. There's someone I hadn't said hi to. And who else have I said? Anyway, so lots of you in tonight. That's good to see so many friendly faces in the chat. The Wookiee, I hope you're well. There we go. I think I've said hello to everybody. Symptoms of Reality. Hey, Marilyn, hope you're okay too. And yeah, Thomas Yen, hello. So, welcome. Keith and Watford. There you go. I think I said, did I catch? I was, Richard, Tonal Axis, hello. You've also got a sale on some stuff, so I'll pop a link in the thing. So, yeah, if you haven't already availed yourself of some of Richard's amazing stuff, Axis Modular, do that now. Go buy it now, whilst it's still the beginning of the month rather than the end. Treat yourself. Anyway, thank you for joining me this Sunday evening. I hope you've had a good weekend. It's been a busy one. For me, it started sort of rushing home from work, sorting a few things out, and then jumping on to co-host, as guest co-host. Did I see Kent Spong in, actually, in lieu of a poorly Sponger, on Symptoms of Reality, Pro Synth Network. So it was really nice to be asked again to do that. Really thoroughly enjoyed and seeing a lot of you guys there as well. So thanks for always making me feel so welcome doing that, because it's you know, it's Robbie's little baby, isn't it? And talking about Robbie 2.0, there he is. All the way down there. This one's, I'm not his friend at the moment. It's that worming time. Tom, I just crunched up the tablets. Well, I split them into halves, chucked them in a bowl full of catnip treats, they're gone. This one, not eating that. So I crunched up, not eating that. So I had to end up like, just trying to ram some food down his mouth. And he's not, he's got a flat face, isn't he? It's not, I always feel a bit bad. Yeah, you. Anyway, you're going to get your flea treatment later. Oh, how cruel we are to our pets, our beloved pets. The lynx, yeah, ramming spoons down his mouth. He has forgiven me though, look. But you do need you need a proper groom, and you need your eyes doing. You can clean his eyes with saline and pads just every now and again, just to sort of make sure that his tear ducts aren't blocked. Yeah, we do look after you, don't we? There you go. Anyway, hope everyone's fine. Oh yeah, Woody's inspiration was brilliant, and the fact that he got around I mean, he's been on YouTube forever, isn't he, Woody? So he's obviously learned the evils of the copyright strike, and therefore playing it. What did he play that just reminded me of like a Western themed version of the song? Oh, it was great, and I'd love to have heard it done on a kind of saloon piano, with a kind of, I don't know, country style vocal. I'll maybe reach out to him and say, do you mind doing that? I'll do the country vocal. I'll put some guitar and bass on, and get Gaz to do bass. We could do an all stars kind of like country version of I think it was The Model. Was it The Model that he... Anyway, it's a brilliant one. So if you haven't seen that, go back and look. Newman won. Oh, was it? Okay. It was brilliant though. Just really, really good. Always nice to see people being very creative with that. Just being a conductor, substance seems necessary but not sufficient. Oh, that's the middle of a conversation, isn't it? Electromagnet will pick up steel without the need of steel being magnetized first. Are we talking about guitar stuff? Might need the old finger down the throat. Well, that's kind of what I do with Tom. If I'm in that, but I didn't need to this time. Jerry was the easiest one. Just put it in a lump of cheese, gone. This one though, he just knows. Just knows. Your audio is too low. Oh, can I hear where's the noise coming from? Can you hear that? Is it like a funny... Oh, it's the guitar. Okay. So it'll be my vocal then. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Are we happy with the sound? I think it's because I'm also sorry, who's poised to pen? So Panda's on the way. Message. Okay. Wagyu says your audio is low. Access link posted to pen. Right. Country Newman, yeah. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Yeah, got it. Right. Put user in timeout. Pen message. God, I need to make this. Whoa! Hey, where did you come from? Yeah, we've run out of their favourite. We're at the last dribbles of a bag of food they don't really like, so I think they're pestering me more than usual because one, you had wet food. I tried to coax you with wet food. What's everyone drinking anyway? I've got a mint and licorice tea, which is soothing my throat. Not that I needed soothing, but that's good. Thank you. Good, Wagyu. There we go. I do you know what it is? I turned it down for Pro Synth Network because the week before there was all sorts of it. It was funny though because Mike Metley, I was getting really annoyed. I don't know why that gave me pleasure, but it's giving me pleasure now because I think I'd wind him. I would wind him up in person. I think that's the thing, and it's just kind of that kind of little bit of whatever. But it wasn't doing it deliberately, and it was absolutely to do with StreamYard automatically balancing the volumes and thinking that I should be much louder. Shouldn't I, Tom? So I turned my mic down. Anyway. Panda is just about to log on. Ginger beer from Tom Curtin there. We've got a Pepsi Lime from Marky. It's coming in and struggling to hear. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you, Wagyu. No, it's good. I absolutely thoroughly appreciate all of your technical support through these things. Since I started streaming nearly a year ago now, regularly, that there's been a constant stream of weird gremlins. So yeah, I appreciate your help in finding those and eradicating them so that the stream does do that. So the Wookiee's got H2O lemonade. Water, lemonade, milk. I don't even know if that's a thing. Can you lemon and actually what did I make? I made some pancakes with some spelt, and part of the recipe was to put put lemon juice in with the milk, and it was buttermilk from freshly made butter, to let that sort of start to curdle before putting the flour in, so that it becomes, almost, sort of, say soda bread, but, sourdough, kind of that kind of vibe kicking off. It was delicious. Hey, Robbie, how you doing? Welcome. Better late than ever. That's right. And you've missed your mention. We're not doing it again. We did talk about Friday's Pro Synths Network though as well, so I'll pop a link I've got to start getting back into sort of chaptering and stuff. I haven't done that for a while. Anyway, so that was quite a big jam that I kind of started that last night. Let's have a look at what's on the table, and I guess it was all about last week's failed attempt to get this beast on the table. Are we? I think no, it's darker. Is that brighter? I failed to get this on the desk last week. So we went for the. I might even have an empty cat bed and a fuse box above an Akai S5000. Now there's an episode of World of Synths on a Wednesday that we could do. Not this Wednesday because I'm going to be in Wales. I am going to try and stream though. I'm going to take I'm going to see if I can do it up a mountain or something really random like that. And it'll just be a no synth network stream. It won't be like a World of Synths. But I think that'll be quite cool in the slot. We'll see. So let's get back to the table. So I decided that I was gonna. So last night I was the three. What were the three that I was going to use? I think it was going. It was going to be the synth, the Delta Sepe, and I think it was going to be the Digitone. Now, because I got in here yesterday, and I rested most of yesterday in and amongst doing the usual kind of chores, and I also made a really nice Goan fish curry, which I've had seconds of today. So lots of really domestic stuff yesterday. So I came in the studio later and set up and enjoyed the Circuit Rhythm, and I think there was chat on Friday on popcorn night or pre-popcorn night at Symptoms of Reality, and I was talking about this and the samples that I made from sampling junk. I mean, it was literally going in through my recycle bin and sampling empty milk cartons, all washed and hygienic, obviously. But that was, we were using some of it in that. I don't even know. Let's just go for pattern. Let's go for it is a completely different pattern. And of course that's down. So some vocal samples. Don't often do that. But this wasn't it for some reason. But I think it gave me the vibe of sampling things that weren't a drum and making a beat out of. But it wasn't in tune. So just before, that's why I was a little bit late. Just before I realised that it was just slightly, but certainly when I brought the synth in, it was obvious that there were things out of tune, and I thought, well, I can't do that. And of course, hypnotic, rhythmic, kind of pulsing sort of music, it still has to be in time, so in tune. But nice, lots of different sounds that you perhaps wouldn't. I mean. And I don't think. So I got that going, and of course, a nice bit of white noise on that.
How y'all doing?
There's Bud. I was looking for some vocal samples, and I couldn't find any.
He wants me to record stuff for him.
He's our truck driver from Tour. That's Bud. Oh, I miss that guy.
How y'all doing?
And I used to sort of obviously work closely because I was the sort of stage manager. So I'd have to load out, and I was always in the back of the truck during load in or load out. So, so I'd be yelling at the locals and getting the cases put in the right order, which, you know, you kind of bond with your truck driver. Your truck driver has to be someone you can rely on as well.
Took a right, but I should have took a left.
That's
Took a
JT.
right. Told you that chili was good. Told you that chili was good. You didn't sound bites.
Someone's walkie-talkie. Anyway.
How y'all doing? How you?
That wasn't what I was... Oh. So, you know, that's why I sat down last night and I just played with the Delta Sap A. It just sounds so ruddy good. Let's just trigger it, shall we? Let's get a note. That's not it. Right, this is it. Come on. Oh, come on. Seriously. See, it's triggering. Why do we hear no sound? Why do we hear no sound of the Delta Sap A Mark II? Come on, you wee bastard. Oh, no, it wouldn't be that, would it? It wouldn't be that. Problem in the chair, not in the synth. Thanks, Thomas. I can shred well, but only sing meow. Oh, they can shred well. Some of those chords on the blue buttons of the polyend sounded great. Yeah, they did. But Xorb, I'll get to that in a minute because it's not in the... Yeah, no. I mean, there it is. It's just a bit ordinary. Well, I say a bit ordinary. It still sounds good. Okay, so white noise is how we introduced it. And it just sounds so ruddy good, white noise. And it's something I've always used. With the built-in delay. Yeah, I've been told the Delta Sap A is quite loud compared to everything else. Yes, it is. Yes, it is quite loud. Anyway. Ruddy good. Yes, it is ruddy good. So the thing about the Delta Sap A is got to be I'll wait for you to. Is the swarm oscillator. So this is where it gets really, really sexy, and we've got the detune. So. How much fattening do we want it? The density of it. We're in Gary Newman territory, aren't we? Yes. So it just sounds absolutely luscious. Creamy, rich, cuts through, but not in an intrusive kind of way, unless the volume's too loud, but that's my fault. So there we go. And that's what we were doing, patterns like this. Is that the one? Have I... Oh, the cats have been at it, haven't they? That's why they were. That's the wrong. They've. Oh. That wasn't my tune, was it? So what have they done? What was it? No, wasn't that. Oh, you're gonna get to hear my projects now. There we go. Right, so that all kind of worked, and I got that nicely in tune, and then I went over here to what is just sumptuous in a different way. And when you've got the wind blowing, and you've got these ethereal sounds. But as you can hear, it's not chromatic. They're set to a... I don't know it well enough. Just go, oh, I need to change the key. I need to change the... So the intro was very... So, I'm just going to put a voice out there. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? So, E, if you're still in the crafting room, you know what to do. So, all these beautiful sounds, and I've got an issue with sync as well, because there's, you know, so I didn't get it to sync as well as I wanted it to. Who said you could come on the table? Seriously? What are you looking for, dude? This episode has been sponsored by Dreamy's Cat Treats. Remember, catnip can kill. If your cats are addicted... What? What? You don't get any because you didn't eat your medicine. Hey. Thanks, Tom. Music to Watch Cats by JXN. In this episode, we're trying... what kind of this? It's like some lo-fi breakbeats with catnip treats. Dreamies. Just the best you can give your cats. Anyway, so that's really itching my ear now. So yeah, so that was kind of a little bit like, yes, I needed... Oh no! I've just been told that Biscuit, you've lost your Moggy. I'm sorry, dude. There's nothing worse. We're getting close to a year since we lost Jerry, and there's not a moment that I don't miss him because he was so special. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guy. Hope you're okay. Hope all's well. Yeah, it can be tough. Have a look at these guys. Come on, look at those. Hopefully that'll give you a little bit of comfort. Give him a cuddle. Right, guys. Hey, no worries. Smudge. Oh, so fantastic. Yeah. Oh, here we go again. No. Literally no. Liberally no. Metaphysically no. Don't you go. See, what Tom's doing now is he's exhibiting rebellious behaviour because he hasn't had what he considers to be a fine supper. And I think that's not cheap cat food. Just because you dislike it, it doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that maybe you need to reassess your taste. Right, let's get on with where was I? Hey Don, how you doing? Good to see you. So so I couldn't really jam with this, and I had promised as well that I was going to get the guitar right. So I got the guitar right, and I know what I'm doing with the guitar. That's my center. So I knew what I was going to do with that. I literally got the darkness pedal underneath the table, and I've DI'd straight into the desk. So that's why I was fiddling around a bit, because for whatever reason, this was super loud, and when I was playing with the pick, it was super quiet. So, and then, not to be outdone, I thought I need another thing. So what did I? Oh, well, I turned it off. So it's the old. Which is great, because it's the, I'll show you that picture, that's better. It's the stylophone theremin. But what I liked about it... Tom can actually hear that, I think. And it becomes very atmospheric in its own when you've got all the kind of rhythmic pulsing kind of... Not the beat. Why is it? Stop! Damn you, stop! I keep pressing buttons here and messing it around. And because it's got the drone, you can hold the note and then you can disengage it. So you can do multiple things. And that's what I was trying to do. I actually got to the point where I felt like an octopus when I was like stylophone doing something. And that was holding that note. Then the Delta Sepe was I was pushing that white noise with the bass, and then I was playing that on the big guitar. It just literally everything was kind of like just stirring the pot big. But definitely a really great sort of collection of instruments to have on the deck for a session like this, where I'm always looking for again, it's the combination of new and exciting things that I don't particularly know really well, and something that I know like backwards, or can with the guitar, the circuit rhythm, and I say backwards, I do, and then I do that. It's like, well, why is it doing that? I've obviously got it set so that part is recorded with that lot in, but it's who knows? Right, there you go. All right, it's that one. Again, I don't often work with vocal samples, but of course, because this is now rooted through the circuit rhythm, so that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sorry, not enough room on the floor for you, is there? Want to come up, have a little bit of my tiny table? Would you stop it? Yeah, you can have food. Oh, here we go. Cat jam. Oh, he's got to do it, isn't he? We can have a fight, I think. We've had enough of the cats. Oh, that's all they ever want to do. It's like completely steal the show. It's like I'm trying to do something, and I'm in a vibe tonight. I've really got in here, and I think it's because I've been, I couldn't really get going with the things I wanted to do yesterday, but I've been tired. So you've got to allow yourself. You have to allow yourself time to recuperate. And no matter how, we put a pressure on ourselves, I think, a lot of us, because we've got a full-time day job, and we come home and we've got these rooms, or we've got, you know, a couple of synths, even one synth, which we want to play with, we want to spend some time with, and there's other things to do. It's like the dishes don't do themselves, the floors don't sweep themselves. I've got a pile of stuff that I've been trying to photograph to get ready to sell, to list on Facebook Marketplace. So, and it's been in my dining room, and it's like I've actually got a studio desk, which used to be in here in the early days of the stuff I was doing for Toman, when I had I would always do the Toman stuff over there because my desk was there. But this is kind of like, well, this is how I want the studio, and I wasn't doing as much, so I figured that was the way round. I might still flip it again. But anyway, so stuff that I just needed to sort out. So I did that today, but I couldn't get motivated enough to do it yesterday because I was so tired. And I napped. I did all the stuff, all the chores. You know, I did laundry. I baked. No, I didn't bake. I didn't bake. Perhaps I should have baked. I didn't go to outside for a walk either, because I was going to do that and do a No Synth Network ramble. I was so tired. So, you know, we beat ourselves up. Let's go back to that thing. The point I was going to make is we beat ourselves up, but we've got to remember that we need to breathe and rest. And rest is just as important, because if I hadn't have rested yesterday, the 25-minute jam that I did, which felt to me so prepared, and I mean, in some respects it was because I came in last night, but I hadn't put the poly end in, and I hadn't done the theremin, and I hadn't done the guitar, so all those things were kind of happening live, and because I'd rested, the music was better. And I did get going with the task I couldn't get going with yesterday. There's still loads of other tasks, but they're still going to be there tomorrow. And I've got a bit of time this week. So just if you find yourself in that position where you are really just peed off with yourself for not getting up, and you know, you maybe spent too long watching, you know, another episode of a series that you don't, or maybe playing a bit of video game. I did that yesterday. And you're playing another hour more than you really like to, or you just had, you know, you didn't do the things you'd planned. It doesn't matter. Remind yourselves that it doesn't matter, that actually resting is just as important as doing stuff. Anyway, thought for the day. Oh, Kissing the Machine, yeah. Playing synths with a calm mind is always better. It is. And also, you can't always force it. And sometimes that just makes you feel worse when you come in. All right, I'm going to do some music. Wow. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun. Bub 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 bub. Dun 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 dun. I met Midshaw when I worked in a shop in Bath. He came in like in the 90s. Lovely guy. And you know, I'm joining Synth Samurai in his quest for the perfect moustache. Positive masculinity. Yeah, that was you. Oh, Jaxon, you do make me laugh. Okay, anyway, look, we're nearly at the hour. Spoons to use. There we go. Cat hop. Jaxon the cat. Cruising the streets of Bristol, looking for my hook for a pistol. Cats up, catch up, catch up. Cruising straight up Bristol, looking up a pistol. I'm a cat, you're a cat, everyone likes to trip tap that. I mean, guys, what can I tell you? Yep, cat hop is a real thing, and MC Jaxon is the leading UK, exponent of it. And of course, we are close to Bristol, so he's Bristol massive. Yes, boss. Right. Anyway. We've done the hour. I think we've done the hour. We've done the hour. 55 minutes in. Was that 5 minutes ago then? My stream set thing says 1 hour, but then I usually start that before I go live. So, wow. Anyway, do you want to say anything tonight? That apart from I made you. Oh, here he goes. The tail. Yeah, we're gonna shave you next week. Oh, I think it's going to be a fight. I think Tom's giving him don't you come any closer. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening. And in this experimental, I'm no idea, sort of jam, which lasted quite. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that, and I felt better for doing it. And that's the power of music, right? And I think going back to, giving it a break, going back with a fresh head, doing a little bit of preparation last night. And I always try and do preparation before the jam anyway. So, just making sure that everything's plugged in and all the rest. And then, regardless of that preparation, I always push myself and the gear around me to go, okay, I need to do this. How am I going to do this? And then suddenly, within the last half an hour before I go live, I'm plugging things in and calibrating stuff, because of course the theremin needs to be calibrated every time, depending on its location. Anyway, yeah, so thank you guys. Yeah, always keep that theremin on the desk, please, KV5. Yes, I will. So Panda did all the washing and drying and dishwashing this weekend. Yeah, well done. I want some of those bloody spoons now. Yeah, how is it that you can buy 100 million? I think we're out of forks more often than not here for some reason. Jaxon 2.0 update. Yeah, absolutely. I think you may be right about it. Yes. So, anyway. Drum and cats. Yes, right. Yes, Jeremy. Yeah, so be good to each other. But be good to yourself, And you have to be good to yourself to be good to others. So there's that. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. Some of you are across the Atlantic, and you may indeed not have reached the end of the day like we have here, in which case, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. But a pleasure as always, and I always appreciate all of your company whilst I sit here with my crazy cats jamming. So I'll jam out. I'll see you on Wednesday. I might take the Poly End synth up to Wales, and I might try and get it plugged into can I do that? Can I plug it into the microphones like you can with the Nord? Oh, not the Nord, the Rode. That's worth a go, isn't it? One on me, one on the synth. We could do like a power bank on a mount. Oh, what are you drinking? A flask of tea. Anyway, that excites me. Taking you guys up a mountain in Wales. Doesn't that excite you? It should do. Anyway, so tune in Wednesday. Set your alarms. 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock. But yes, do that. Right, guys, I am going to zone out for about 10 minutes before we go. But I'm going to go for a different. What are we going to do here? What are we going to go fresh? Right. Oh. Oh, it's a bit faster. Oh, is it a bit faster? No, it's 90, but... zone out a little bit. Thanks, guys.